Over the past few weeks, we have been talking a lot about censorship in the video game industry and specifically about Collective Shout. This is a group of women who want to ruin our entertainment because they, of course, hate men, and they have been celebrating the fact that Steam and itch.io were forced to remove hundreds to thousands of games from their platforms, but gamers are not dealing with that. We have been calling them out at every given opportunity, and now, of course, they are playing the victim, saying that gamers are so hateful and bigoted. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, this is a group of individuals who want to ruin the video games space because they think that it is a male-dominated one, even though roughly 46% of gamers are females, and we are talking about over 3 billion gamers worldwide. Yeah, they still want to say that, oh my gosh, there are too many mean men in this space, and they don't realize that they are actually taking entertainment away from women as well, even though they claim to be trying to protect women and girls. It's never about protecting people. It's about power and control. And of course, they're going to try to appeal to normies who don't play video games and say, wow, guys, there's so much toxicity in this space. Can't you see that? We're receiving toxicity because we dare to speak up against NSFW games. But this is a group of people based in Australia, and Australia is definitely known for their censorship. So I can't say I'm particularly shocked that these people want to be Karens and they want to complain every time there's a set of breasts on a screen. But Melinda Tankard-Rice, the co-founder of Collective Shout, has been very vocal over the past couple of weeks. She is the primary individual who has praised the payment processors for forcing platforms to remove certain content. And she has played the victim several times, just like Caitlin Roper, and I am going to call them out at any opportunity possible because they love to lie about the video game industry and about gamers, and they want to ruin this space because, yeah, they view it as male dominated. But they actually had just posted this article by the Online Hate Prevention Institute that talks about GamerGate, and it just goes to show that none of these people actually follow the video game industry or know what the hell they're talking about, because we have been in the middle of GamerGate 2 since the beginning of 2024, with titles like Alan Wake 2 coming out in late 2023, and then Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League coming out in Q1 2024. They don't realize that we've been in the middle of another Gamergate. The first one was about ethics in video game journalism, and while the second one is that in part as well, these women want to paint it as a big, giant harassment campaign. That's what happened during the first wave of it with Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu, and Zoe Quinn. They wanted to ruin our entertainment, and they played the victim when they faced backlash for it, and the same thing is happening here. What did Melinda Tankard-Rice and Caitlin Roper really expect? How did they really think people were going to respond when they want a hobby enjoyed by 3.5 billion people to be censored? Did they really expect us to approach them with niceties and compliments and praise? Did they really think that we were going to try to actually be nice to them and see their side of the argument? I have the right to enjoy my entertainment. I have the right to consume the entertainment that I want, and developers have the right to create whatever they want. It's like with games like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and Alan Wake 2 and Concord and Flintlock The Siege of Dawn. These games might be agenda fests. These games were only created by activists to push a certain narrative, but I still believe they have the right to exist. Now, of course, we have the right to boycott them. We have the right to call them out. We have the right to roast them, but they still have the right to create it, and the market will speak for itself. If people don't like those games, they won't sell, and newsflash, all of these games have sold extremely poorly, and basically nobody's enjoyed them, and all of these activists have lost their jobs, but they still have a right to create complete DEI fests. And that is why organizations like Sweet Baby Inc. are being boycotted and are being called out, because they want to force a narrative into our entertainment. They don't actually care about the video game industry, and Collective Shout doesn't either. They claim to be a group that wants to protect women and young girls, but they're not doing anything to actually protect women and young girls. If you really cared, why aren't you worrying about places in the world where women are treated like slaves? Women are treated like animals. Women have no rights. Why aren't you worried about that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you only care about what you can do in your bubble that's going to get you money and attention. And you know that those causes, well, they're not going to be profitable. And this is why people don't take individuals like Melinda Tankard Rice seriously, though now they're crying GamerGate and they're playing the victims. Again, when you want a hobby enjoyed by 3.5 billion people to be censored and altered, yeah, you're going to face some backlash for that. And people like this aren't even trying to have conversations with individuals like myself who completely and vehemently disagree with them. They could, but they won't. So the next few paragraphs are about the situation in general, explaining who Collective Shout is and their campaign. I've done plenty of videos covering this, and some of them will be linked down below, or you can go to my channel and just type in Collective Shout. Though they talk about how you mentioned over email that your team had each been personally targeted with abuse, with some of the worst being threats of rape, death threats, doxing, accusations of pedophilia and covering for these people, and deepfake porn made of you. It sounds horrific for everyone involved, and frankly, like a GamerGate on steroids. It sounds overwhelming. Can you describe 3 of the instances of cyber abuse you have experienced in more detail? And they actually do provide 3, which is pretty shocking given these people usually don't provide any evidence of what they're saying. They're not actually links, though, to this content, so they could have just written it themselves if they really felt like it. But, of course, whenever we're talking about a heated debate online, there are always going to be people who push the limits, and that is completely unacceptable. These messages are not okay. Do not go and send them hate and threats like this. But on the flip side, you can criticize these people. And of course, these individuals view any sort of criticism as hate and harassment. And ultimately, they are going to use this against us, right? There might be a couple instances of this happening, but they're going to say that this is every single instance because they want to play the victim so that they can get more attention. I'm sure that content like this, comments made like this, are very few and far between, because even when I have searched on their social media, I haven't really seen too many comments that I would say push the limits, that are extremely uncomfortable and that could be deemed as threats. But they've taken 3 and they're using them against us all. So they're saying if you criticize them in any way, shape, or form, oh, these are the type of people that you're aligning with, because they want to try to tell people you need to change your mind on this issue. You need to side with us because we're better individuals. They say it is completely overwhelming. Attempting to moderate comments, block, delete, report, or report to authorities takes so much time. It also is relentless with no end in sight. When you are trying to get an entire industry censored and you are trying to ruin an entire industry, you are going to face a major backlash for it. And if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Why are you posting on social media if you feel threatened, if you feel uncomfortable? See, what I do when I don't want to be on social media is I close my phone, I close my web tab, and I ignore the mean comments. That's just what you need to do. It says, though, that while it is relentless, they also fear for their safety and the safety for their children. It's always the poor children. Oh, I fear for my children. We need to protect the children. Children is just a Trojan horse politically. They are using children to try to make you feel bad for them. I fear for our mental health. It's not easy being on the receiving end of a sustained, targeted campaign of hate. It's frustrating to see lies and misinformation being spread about our team and our work. Then come out and clarify. Make posts giving us more information. Tell us this is how you are wrong and we would like to correct you. But that's not the case. Over the course of this campaign and others before it, we've identified key actions that can significantly impact our advocacy efforts and combat targeted abuse, combat misinformation, amplify our message, financially support advocacy and protection, report abusive content, and public solidarity charity. So of course, you know that I have to sit here and make these people angry. If you are one of my viewers and you are enjoying the content that I am releasing on Collective Shout, and you also enjoy my anti-censorship stance, make sure to like this video, leave a comment below, click that super thanks button, join a live stream and super chat, because all of it helps against these individuals. It makes them angry. I can sit here and continue to release content like this, and ultimately go to social media, share this video, share other videos and other posts on this situation. Make sure that you have your voice be heard. Do it very respectfully if you are going to a Collective Shout social media page and you are going to a Melinda Tankard Rice page, but make sure that you have your voice be heard. I am trying my best to fight against these people and call out all of their lies and how they slander gamers and our industry that we all love so much, but they are not going to stop, and that means that we cannot stop, and they hate that. They want us to shut up and they want us to move on, but that is definitely not going to happen, because when you try to rip away legal content from adults, adults are going to fight back. I don't necessarily care about sex simulation games, but I do want to defend their right to exist, and I want to defend gamers' rights to be able to play these titles and developers' rights to be able to create them, and I will continue to do so no matter what they say, no matter what they do. And of course, they want to sit here and play the victims. They do not want you to criticize them, so they're trying to say, poor us, we're receiving backlash on social media, when really they've brought all of this backlash upon themselves. So I will continue to keep an eye on their social media and the things that they're saying, but now they're invoking the name GamerGate and they're saying poor us. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.